Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building. Y'all know what time it is, man. Welcome. Come on in. Have a seat. Sit down. You know what you do when you walk into people's house. You introduce yourself. You speak. You know what I'm saying? We like to welcome everybody to the Sports Life podcast with your boy Snacks and my partner KSapp. We are definitely in the building. We are definitely here to show y'all some love. You know what I'm saying? We are waiting and it's people here. It is most definitely a long time coming. It's been a minute. It has something that has been bantered about for a while. It took a minute for it to all come together, but we are here. Me and KSapp been sitting around and trying to get this timing thing together. Then KSapp had his medical thing pop off, and that takes precedent over everything. We got to get back healthy before we get back to business. Because if you ain't healthy, the business does no good. So, you know, we pray for KSapp to get back to his normal self and get back to his regular activities. And then we worried about the business, you know, but KSapp is back in the building. If y'all ain't seen him, you need to go follow his channel. If you haven't on my channel, his link to his channel is in the description right now. So make sure before you leave this podcast, you take a moment to go by and holler at KSapp. And without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend, KSapp is in the building.
Yo, what up, Snacks?
What's happening, brother?
Snacks then gave this nice old intro, nice old soliloquy. He brought me in perfect. Hey, he dropped it in. And look, I told y'all last night, the people that was on my live last night, I told y'all we had something in store. So, man, look, y'all get on up in here, man. I'm trying to tell you, this is going to be epic. This is something that the new media, this is the new media, man. Like I told y'all last night, we going to root out them old insiders, man. This is the new media. This is the new takeover. So anything Cleveland, and we talking about the Cleveland Browns and Shedeur Sanders, man, this is where y'all want to be at. But like I told y'all, it's not going to be a Sunday thing. It's going to be a Saturday morning thing. So this is just something to introduce ourselves, to get our feet wet, to let y'all know that, look, me and Snacks is back. So, yes, man, look, without further ado, man, y'all come on in, but do us a favor, man. Once y'all get in here, drop a like on the video. Make sure if you're watching it on the playback that you hype the video up. Look, y'all support is greatly appreciated, man. Super chats is welcome, super stickers, donations to keep this one going, because we need to get this Sports Life Trill in the rotation so people understand where this new media is coming from. So look, salute the big Snacks for taking his time out, for collaborating and getting this thing off and running. Like I said, we had a little hiccup, but like ADP said in the chat, it's God's timing and it's perfect timing. So we coming in here to introduce ourselves, man, and big Snacks, man. We here, man. So I appreciate the collaboration, man, and we're going to get this thing popping.
As always, this is the new media. This is the new Cleveland. And without a doubt, we celebrate the CU aunties often and at every chance we get, because the CU aunties are always showing up. You know what I'm saying? This is the new Cleveland. This is the Sports Life Podcast. This is KSapp and Big Snacks. We are in the building. So y'all get used to it. I know y'all see us. I know y'all hang around us. I know y'all come through and watch the videos. But this collaboration, it's going to get dope. It's going to get better. This is just an introduction. We just letting y'all know we here. So on every Saturday, round about 11, 12, because see, we ain't going to disrespect G. Bush in his morning time. G. Bush pop off early in the morning, and we gonna pop off right after him. You know, we try as content creators to support each other and give each creator their space. You know, we might pop in, we gonna watch G. Bush, and then we gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? We support everybody. Just like we watch Money Man, and then we watch this. We watch Teens, and then we watch this. You know, we always in somebody's live stream. We might not say nothing, but we in here. You understand me? And for all y'all that's just popping in, welcome. Damn it, welcome.
They talk to them, Snacks. Look.
You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing about it is,
we ain't gonna hold y'all too long today.
Yeah.
Because we just want to introduce ourselves. We just want to get y'all to understand that we getting this thing popping.
Exactly.
You know, we just gonna browse over some things that Cleveland did in the draft this weekend. That's the main topic for today. And I know y'all want to talk about it. I know y'all got questions. We got answers. All super chats, all questions will be answered at the end or during the middle of these podcasts. This thing will be structured for y'all to be a part of it. It will not just be us talking. And we will not only be talking Cleveland Browns football. We'll sprinkle some WNBA in there. The playoffs is going on right now. You know, the draft is over, but free agents still have to be signed. So y'all get comfortable. You never know. During the middle of the week, it might be one pop off. So y'all might want to hit that like button and hit that notification bell. Because you never know. On KSapp channel, on my channel, you never know. We both busy. We both adults. We both got lives outside of doing YouTube. So you still never know. So my advice to you, my friend, is to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And we got life going on because I got a 13-year-old standing right here on my shoulder.
Talk about it.
Talking about, can I go to the park? Yes, son, you can go to the park. You are very welcome. But 65 of y'all in here on my side that I can see. I don't know who on the Facebook side because I ain't even got that screen up. It's just open over there. If my Facebook friends are watching, hello, how y'all doing, damn it? And if you're watching on the replay, damn it, leave your comments in the comment section. Hit the like button while you're doing it. Don't be scared. It only helps us. If you want to watch us, then help us. Give us a hand. You know, help a brother out. All of y'all that's in the chat, let's take a minute to reintroduce ourselves. Because I like meeting new people and old people and people that I ain't never met before. I'm a people person. And I love the hell out of y'all for even taking these 20 minutes, hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Because y'all know, y'all done seen me and Bush on a Sunday. It messed around. It was a 3 hour show before we even get there.
Yeah.
But you know, y'all take some time, reintroduce yourself. Say hello in the chat. Because we want to get to know our people. Because we like our regulars. But we want to know the new folk. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving y'all, I'm holding off to the 10-minute mark, K. I'm trying to get to the 10-minute mark, K.
10-minute mark.
Okay, I'm trying to get to the 10-minute mark.
I don't think they ready,
Before we
Snacks.
reintroduce ourselves.
Hey, Snacks, I don't think they ready, man. I know they not ready because when I told them last night, I know they not ready. They thought I was joking when I told them last night. They thought I was sincerely joking with them, man. But I told them we got some big things popping off around these YouTube streets. Somebody came in the chat and they was like, nah, wait. And I was saying to myself, man, I ain't gonna push the button until Snacks say push the button. And then look, I said, nah, let me fall back. I ain't gonna give them too much all at once. And see what happened was, it was like, nah, you gotta, I said, nah, I left y'all with a cliffhanger. I said, once they started saying, nah, dog, go in. Nah, I said, man, it's time to go. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Deuces. I left them with a cliffhanger, Snacks. But so right now, they waiting patiently, but we just waiting for people to come up in here, man, and then we gonna do what we got to do and what we came to do. We came to
Okay, to put the wrist.
Yeah.
Oh.
So everybody that's in the chat, man, I appreciate everybody that's watching on both channels. Appreciate it. And like Snacks said, if you're not subscribed to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, do me a favor. Subscribe to my podcast. Subscribe to Big Snacks. Man, look, it's enough to go around in these YouTube streets, man. We all can share. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to step on nobody's toes, man. We just the new media, man. This is the new Cleveland. This is something that you guys need to hear because we want to flush out that foolery. We want to flush out all the narratives that them Cleveland insiders such as Mary Kay, Jason Lloyd, Anthony Lima, Tony Grossi, Adam the Bull was putting out there. We want to flush that away, man. And like Shador said, man, we need that new energy. We need that positive vibe around this street. It's a new movement going on in Cleveland. It's a new culture, more eyes on the team, more eyes on Shador Sanders. And what did I tell you guys? I told you guys, whoever was listening, Todd Monken was telling y'all straight out the gate what it was. So we know what it is, and we're going to get off into it.
Well, without further ado, welcome to Sports Life Podcast.
Yeah. Big Snacks. Big Snacks. The KSapp on the mic, yeah. We talking sports, real life all night, yeah. Welcome to Sports Life. Bring the whole tribe. Where the game meets the grind and the truth ride. Sheeta in the talk, coach prime in the frame. Every move got us locked, every play got a name. NFL, NBA, WNBA 2. Angel Reese with the fire, Ajay Wilson 2. Texas in the house, let the whole world hear. Culture in the cut, and the vision clear. Best sports podcast on YouTube, that's the wave. Tap in, lock in, let the real ones say. From the locker room to the block, from the court to the top, we keep it trill, no doubt. Say it loud, say it loud. Welcome to Sports Life, where sports and real life meet. Welcome to Sports Life, yeah. We keep it trill, no defeat. Like and subscribe. Tell the whole crew. Welcome to Sports Life. We talking culture in sports too. Sheeta got the boys. Coach Prime got the spark from the first whistle blow to the final dark. We debate every stat, every trade, every win, and we bring it back to the people again. Angel Reese got down, Sajah Wilson got grace. Every headline hit, we stay in the race. Big plays, big names, big talk on deck. If you love the game, then you know what's next. No cap, no doubt, we stay on the scene. Texas flavor in the mix, clean and mean. Bigger than the clip, it's a whole long ride. Sports life in your ears, let it bounce worldwide. Hands up when the combo drop. Here's now when the facts don't stop. One mic, one lane, one vibe. Sports Life, baby, come alive. Welcome to Sports Life. What sports in real life meet. Welcome to Sports Life. Yeah, we keep it trill, no defeat. Like and subscribe. Tell the whole crew. Welcome to Sports Life. We talking culture in sports too.
Snacks.
Yeah.
Snacks. I don't think they ready, Snacks. I don't know if they ready, man. I don't know if they ready, Snacks. I told y'all last night we had something special coming. For those that wanted to listen, I told y'all we had something special coming. And look, I know a lot of people on YouTube have their own intros and stuff like that. But I tell you something. Me and Snacks have took time out to get this thing right, man. And that's what took so long, outside of what Snacks said, my little medical hiccup. That's what took so long for us to get this under wraps. And I told y'all we had something special. I wasn't bullshitting with y'all. I told y'all last night, man, when I came on with the impromptu live on my channel last night, I told y'all, I said, look, me and Snacks got something in the works. And I said, I don't think y'all ready. So without further ado, that old foolery that y'all used to listen to with the Cleveland insiders and stuff, I know a lot of people pay attention to that. But like G. Bush said, man, it's a new time. It's the new media, man. It's the new takeover. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to bring it to you, man. So I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Right now, I got 83 people watching on my side of the channel. Make sure y'all drop a like on the video. Make sure y'all following Big Snacks, because this thing going to get hot and heavy on the weekends, man. On Saturdays, this thing going to get hot and heavy. We're going to take over. The new media is going to take over the streets, because, you know, you got G. Bush waking y'all up at 8 o'clock in the morning, giving y'all that heat. And then as soon as G. Bush go off, Sports Life Trill, we dropping. Big Snacks and KSapp. So I appreciate everybody that's in the chat. I see a lot of new people in the chat that's coming from Snacks side. I appreciate y'all's love that y'all here and y'all warm welcome me in. But look, this is what we do. But Snacks, man, you got a super chat, man, that you got to hit to, man.
Doggone right. Super chat from Selmo Fizzard. Big Snacks and K-Snaps, we doing it big in Cleveland. The dog pound is why I am around. Selmo Ford is that guy, dog.
Oh yeah,
that's the dude. I mean, if you popping in the new Cleveland media, Selmo Fudd is on your channel. He supports everybody with the 14 people we got on my side of the channel. You know, if y'all ain't subscribed to KSapp, y'all might want to do that. Just go on over there, click the link. It's in the description. Just go ahead, subscribe to KSapp channel. Do your doggone thing. And like I said, we appreciate everybody coming out. We just giving y'all a tidbit, but we still finna talk some football. Don't y'all go nowhere. This ain't just us. We finna get into this Cleveland draft, because Andrew Berry. Let me tell you, we ain't gonna even go no further. We gonna stop right here. Andrew Berry, y'all, Andrew Berry, Andrew Mickey Freaky Berry, Andrew Berry. I told y'all, for those of you who've been watching these videos, I told y'all Andrew Berry was finna do his thing. You want to know why? Andrew Berry don't have them handcuffs. Paul DePodesta gone. All that value trading and value drafting is out the window. Trading your high draft picks to fall back and try to get value out of a lesser product, out of a draft number lower than what you were supposed to draft at, that's out the window. Because you gave Deshaun Watson all that money, you was trying to draft on the cheap. Paul DePodesta, that shit only work in baseball. It don't work in football. Football is football. And if it don't work when you turn on the tape, it ain't going to work when you get them in the locker room. It ain't going to work when you got them on your team. And these last 2 years without Paul DePodesta, Andrew Berry has did the doggone thing when it comes to these two draft classes. Andrew Berry, best job he done since he's been in Cleveland. Now that the cuffs are off, Andrew Berry has drafted two back-to-back draft classes with players, with speed demons, with them boys in them. Andrew Berry has done the doggone thing. Tell them what they did. Sapp.
And see, this is what people don't understand, man. This is piggybacking off of what Big Snack said. This is what y'all don't understand. Do y'all realize the draft class that Andrew Berry drafted last year outside of Dylan Gabriel? Do y'all understand that Carson Schwarzenegger is coming off of the reigning rookie defensive player of the year? Do y'all realize that? Do y'all realize what Quinshon Judkins did? Do y'all realize what Harold Fannin Jr. did? Do y'all realize what they say a fifth-round quarterback, 144th pick, and Shedeur Sanders? Do y'all know what Shedeur Sanders did when he took over the reins as a starter? Do y'all understand that? Now you go into this year and you look at what Andrew Berry pulled off. And look, I'm just going to tell you, you had the number 6 pick, right? And then you drafted, then you traded back. You traded with Kansas City. You took the 9th pick, but you got yourself some additional second-round picks, right? And what happened with that first pick? Everybody wanted, because Cornell Tate was off the board to Tennessee, right? So now you're saying, oh, we can't go receiver. We got to get an offensive lineman. So what Andrew Berry did, he went with the best offensive tackle because he's versatile. He can play left guard. He can play center. He can play right tackle. He's moved around up front. Then you go get somebody that's 6'6", 320 pounds, and Spencer Fanu, right? So then what happens? All of a sudden, everybody was banking on, man, okay, Cornell Tate's off the board. We got a chance to get Makai Lemon. But the Eagles and Cowboys swapped picks, and the Eagles took Makai Lemon. And then with the 24th pick, you get the next best receiver in the draft, in KC Concepcion at 24. And then and what they did at 24, what Andrew Berry did at 24, is he covered 2 birds with 1 stone, because now you got help on special teams. Because you know what? Nothing against Gabe Larvadan. He dropped a couple balls last year in the special teams. But now you got a sure-handed person back there returning punts. You got a starter at wide receiver. And then you go into day 2. And for Denzel Boston to be there at 39, and you get him off the board, and what happens? Then he traded back into the second round and went and got the ball-hawking Emmanuel McNeil-Warren out of Toledo. I don't know if anybody has watched, Emmanuel's McNeil-Warren's tape, but I know y'all seen Peanut Tillman out of Chicago, the ball hawker knocking the ball out. That's exactly what Emmanuel McNeil-Warren brings to the table, right? So then you go later into the 3rd round, right? Guess what they did, Snacks? They went and got you another offensive tackle in Austin Barber.
Whoo, they got a monster.
And a sleeper out of Florida. A straight sleeper.
I told him, I say, long as he come out of this draft with 2 receivers and 2 offensive linemen, Andrew Berry has done his job.
Exactly.
But the amount of talent that he got in those first 4 picks is ridiculous. Y'all know that every last one of those first 4 picks were a first-round grade.
Yeah.
First-round grade.
Yes.
Denzel Boston, he wasn't supposed to be there.
Wasn't. He was supposed to be off the board.
He's supposed to have been off the board. Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, y'all, I know a lot of y'all don't watch college football, and y'all, if you do, you don't watch Toledo.
Exactly.
Toledo, Ohio football. Prime tried to get this guy at CU, but Toledo got a little change, they able to drop some name.
Yeah, they
But
dropped red. Yeah.
Emmanuel McNeil Warren is the second best safety in the draft. He is a big safety, 6'3", something like that.
Yeah.
And the style that he plays and the way he plays gives him the ability to play close up on the line, which will be able to, what the NFL is doing, using like 3 safeties, which is making me wonder, will they do more of a 4-2-5 than a 4-3 this season? Because now you got 3 safeties that are monsters.
Yeah.
You got 2 cornerbacks that can do their damn job. And then you brought in my nephew at the linebacker spot, Mr. Williams.
Oh. See, ain't nobody talking about Quincy.
Ain't nobody talking about nephew.
And see, the thing about it is, Snacks.
Y'all wonder why I call him nephew, because me and his father grew up together. We really, really good friends. I watched that young man grow up, play Pop Warner, Little League, high school football. And I've been to a bunch of Alabama games because y'all know I'm Alabama. Why? You know about, you see the A back there.
Yeah, we
Don't
see
even
it.
act like it ain't visible, you know?
We see it.
But I have watched this young man his entire life, him and his brother. And what Quincy gonna do in that linebacker room is ridiculous. And then you add Emmanuel McNeil Warren, who is a threat close to the line, and he knows how to track the ball and get interceptions, and he throw big hits.
Yeah,
boy, Cleveland, y'all don't know what Andrew Berry just did.
He cooked.
If the Cleveland media tomorrow morning, when they go full 100, is not praising Andrew Berry, because we already know they wanted him fired.
Yeah.
If they are not praising Andrew Berry for the job that he has done, just don't even turn him on no more. Because if anybody got any complaints about any of these 10, 11 players right here on the screen, they don't need to talk football no more. Because what Andrew Berry has put together with this draft class is strictly talent, strictly players that they needed to have, that they wanted to have. All 4 of these players was on their draft board that they wanted to get, and they got them. That rarely happens.
Yeah.
That's with trading back in the first round to get Spencer Phantom. I told y'all Tennessee wasn't drafting all linemen. They was drafting weapons.
Oh, yeah, they needed
a quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say this, Snacks. I'm glad that you brought that up about, because I touched on it myself about the narrative. If tomorrow morning on Monday and y'all wake up and y'all hear these Cleveland talk shows, 92.3 The Fan, the morning drive with Anthony Lima and Ken Carmen and things like that, if y'all hear them first thing talking about the draft pick of Tellen Green, the quarterback, y'all know what the narrative is. They always want to talk about that quarterback position, and that's why Todd Monken had to put Mary Kay on blast. Let's talk about what we did in this draft. Stop reverting back to this quarterback. So if y'all hear that narrative about the only thing that they focused on, what is that going to do for Cleveland in the long run? How does that change the quarterback room? Then y'all know what the hell it's about. If you're not talking about what Andrew Berry did, if you don't want to give Andrew Berry his kudos, if you don't want to give him a hand clap because y'all still pissed off, because you guys got to remember, they wanted Andrew Berry out. They wanted Kevin Stefanski to still be in. So when Kevin Stefanski got fired and Andrew Berry was taking over the reins and Paul DePodesta was gone and Andrew Berry got a better role with the organization. And see, the thing about it is, guys, I want y'all to keep this in mind. We ain't heard nothing from Jimmy Haslam. He's just sitting back in the cut because Andrew Berry is the one out there cooking up. Him and Todd Monken, you see the fist bump in the hand fives and the slaps in the war room that Todd Monken and Andrew Berry was giving each other, they on the same page. These guys are on the same page. I just saw a clip, and I was going to talk about it later on today when I had some time. I saw a clip where Tony Rizzo was focused on the pick that they got for Taylor Green. He said, what does that do for the quarterback room, and how does that change the dynamics? See, this is what they do, guys. But don't let them fool you, man. Please don't let them fool you, man. You know, keep the main thing the main thing. This is all about what's going on right now. The new media is taking over, and we flushing that foolery out, and we staying consistent, and we talking about these draft picks and what Andrew Berry did in this draft, because what Andrew Berry did in this draft, the first 2 rounds, he got starters. Fano's a starter. Concepcion's a starter. Boston is a starter. McNeil is a starter. And like Big Snack said, you got to change that defense up. You gotta be able to implement McNeil on that field with the likes of the cornerbacks and the safeties that Cleveland already has. And then you throw in Quincy Wilson, the replacement of old buddy that just got that left Cleveland. Man, you still got Myles Garrett, and you still got Carson Schlesinger.
That defense is stacked.
Yeah, exactly.
That defense is stacked. That defense, and don't forget, they went and got Justin Jefferson out of Alabama, another linebacker that's a monster. The defense, they didn't forget just the work on the offense. Andrew Berry said, since I'm cooking, I might as well continue. Let me flip it over.
Yeah.
Because it's done on one side. I need to flip it over and go and cook on this other side. So he went and got Justin Jefferson. He went and got Emmanuel McNeil Warren. You know what I'm saying? He went and got some game changers.
Exactly.
He went and got some people that make a freaking difference when you playing football. He went and got Emmanuel McNeil Warren, and Emmanuel McNeil Warren was about that business when he was talking to when he called him and asked him what he was about and was he about this life.
Yeah. Hey, I
You're
will say this
fit
next.
for what we want to do on defense. You're versatile. You're a ball hawk. I tell you what, when we watched you for the first time, our safeties coach, Ephraim Banda, he came down, put a sticky on my computer. It said, big old heart with Emmanuel McNeil Warren. So we can't wait to get you out here and get you up and running. And we're happy to take you off the board here, all right?
Yes, sir. Let's do it then.
I got Coach Monk here for you, all right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congrats.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Yep, can't wait to get started.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah, let's
do it, man.
Hey, man, we are so excited. We traded up
See what I'm talking about?
to take you off the board here.
That's right.
Now,
When
Snacks.
you got a monster like Emmanuel McNeil Warren, you got a game changer on defense. Now you just, if you got your top receiver on whichever side of the field he on, we don't have to double him. You don't have to double on either side of the field because you got 2 top cornerbacks and a safety and 2 safeties back there that can cover both sides of the field tremendously. They're not going to let too many things get behind them.
Exactly. Don't let nothing get behind you. And I'm glad that you pulled that video up, Snacks, because if you go and look at that video this year in the war room, look how the general manager and the head coach are working together with excitement. We didn't see that stuff last year. We saw the distance between Andrew Berry, Kevin Stefanski, and Jimmy Haslam. This year, it's all about, look, we coming together. We on the same accord. They understand, and it's great to see Andrew Berry and Todd Monken working that way. And that's why I said Jimmy Haslam has been setting back in the cut. Andrew Berry, what Andrew Berry did in the draft, guys, I'm going to put this out there. Y'all heard it from me first. He can potentially get the executive of the year or the general manager of the year for what he pulled off in this draft in 2026. Because it almost like he put on a masterclass on, like, Andrew Berry really did his homework. He really went to work. He really cultivated everything that he could get his hands on, and these guys are ready, man. And like I said, he didn't draft guys that are potentially trying to get on the roster. He drafted guys that are making the roster and that's going to start from day one. I know they got to go out there and play, but the small sample size that you saw from their highlight tapes in the draft, we know it's on. We know it's game.
Yeah, they balling. It's so with this one draft, Andrew Berry has changed the outlook on the Cleveland Browns, not just in Cleveland. We talking worldwide changes.
Yes.
Because when just in one DB alone changes your draft status. But when you draft a wide receiver such as Denzel Boston, who is 6'3", almost 6'4", and can change a game because he can go get it. Denzel Boston is not just a red zone receiver. He's a matchup problem for most cornerbacks because he's a go-getter. He goes and gets the ball. He don't wait on it. He don't let the DB push him out of position. Denzel Boston is a game changer because he will go get the ball without question, without nobody asking.
Denzel, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing. Hey, I know the wait was a little longer than you wanted, but good things come to those who wait, and we're really excited to have you here in Cleveland. We're excited to make
Thank
you
you.
proud.
I'm excited. I'm excited to join there.
And here, this is what I want you to know. Were you pissed off after last night?
Yeah, I was hot.
Good. So listen. I want you.
He asked that man,
Was he pissed off?
was you pissed off? We know you were supposed to go in the first round. So are you kind of hot that you didn't go in the first round? Man, yeah, I'm hot. What you think? I know I'm that good. Why y'all ain't come get me? But Andrew told him what he wanted to do when he get to Cleveland. He let him know you keep that same energy.
I want you to keep that same energy when on your field because I need you to be a bully, right? You're 6'4", 215. You're strong. You've got great hands. I need you to bring some bully ball to Cleveland on the perimeter, all right?
Yes, sir. For sure.
We're excited to make you a Brown here. I'm going to give you to Coach Monk, all right?
All right, cool.
Congrats,
What's
big boy.
going on? Thank you.
Fired up to get you.
I'm fired up to be a part of the Browns, Coach.
Well, congrats. I'm going to pass it down the road here, okay?
What they did was they gave Shador a lot of damn weapons, a lot to work with.
Yeah.
And Spencer Fano, it ain't gonna be no joke. People tripping. A lot of people in Cleveland tripping because he played on the right side of the line, but he's an original left tackle.
Exactly.
He moved to the right side, so his partner that only can play the left side play the left side of the line. That's a teammate. That's a man that's agile. They tried him. They wanted to see what he could do at center at the combine. A bunch of other teams wanted him to do snaps. That just shows you how versatile he is. That man's 6'6", 320. And he said what I like to hear linemen say. It ain't nothing like moving a man out his spot against his will.
Exactly.
That's what you want your lineman to be built like.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you guys saw, I think he did a tribute to Shador Sanders when he got drafted. You know, last year when Shador got drafted, he did that, he jumped in the pool. He plunged in the pool. Y'all saw Spencer Fanu do that backflip into the pool. But this is one thing I want y'all guys to understand, man, with that KC Concepcion pick, right? I know there's a lot of people, little naysayers out there talking about he drops a lot of passes. But look, don't let them fool you because you got to look at all the plays and all the contested catches that KC Concepcion made in traffic. That's what you're looking for. Can he hold the ball in traffic? And that's what he does. And I'm glad that Snacks put that video up with Denzel Boston. Because, guys, I want y'all to be aware of something. I want y'all to be aware of something. Did y'all hear what Andrew Berry said? Andrew Berry said, I want you to come in and be the bully that you are. Keep that same energy. Keep that chip on your shoulder because they passed up on you. And you were supposed to go in the first round. But we got you in the second round at the 39th pick. Come in and be the bully that you are. Like, you got to have a bully on the block. So you get down in that red zone because you remember last year down in that red zone, Shador's favorite target was Hurl Fannin Jr., right? Now, if you blanket Hurl Fannin Jr., now you got the outside. Now you got the one-on-one with Denzel Boston on each corner. Post fade touchdown. Give it to him at the high point. He gonna come down. Bully on the block. See, they say he says 6'3". A lot of people say 6'4". But he doing the right thing. Yeah, I'm 6'3", but actually I'm 6'4". So now the average corner in the NFL, they go around 6 foot 6'1". Now you look at somebody that can high point the ball. You go back to the days of going in that red zone. You look at a Calvin Johnson type somebody, 6'5", bodying people up in the end zone on each corner. Randy Moss, jump ball on each corner down in the red zone. You got somebody of that size and somebody of that stature. Cleveland gonna eat. Now you got beef up front in the trenches that you could open up that run game. Now you got the receivers like a KC Concepcion. He goes on the version of somebody like a Zay Flowers out of Baltimore. He's shifty, nifty. And like Andrew Berry said, don't give up on Jerry Jeudy because you still got speed, you still got route running, you still got yak yards, and you still got people that can bully you and take the ball away from you. So Andrew Berry, kudos to Andrew Berry for everything he did in the draft, man. He cooked up, man.
I'm gonna tell y'all what. A lot of people was mad about that KC Concepcion pick.
Oh, yeah.
No KC Concepcion slander will be tolerated. KC is the nephew, and he is a ball player. He will go get it, and he will get gone after he got it. They were talking about them drops. Drops, that man got a 9% drop rate. Yeah, that's a little high, but you throw me 100 balls and I drop 9 of them, I promise you won't be mad. You know what I'm saying? Boston got a 1% drop rate. Yeah. You throw him 100, he dropped 1, you ain't gonna be mad. You throw him 10, he ain't gonna drop none because ain't no 1%. You just ain't dropping them. You know what I'm saying? But KC is that boy. So him and Shador already got a little relationship. They've been doing the thing.
I actually got, kind of like story. So whenever I had entered the transfer portal, after my sophomore season, I had actually went down to Colorado and and met Shador. He's a great guy, a great leader. I just cannot build that relationship, build that and build that connection with them. I actually got
that's because KC
kind of like
and
story.
Shador,
So whenever I had entered the transfer portal,
Prime was trying to get KC before he went to Texas A&M.
Oh yeah,
he was coming to Colorado, and then Texas A&M started paying players like they had 40,000 Brinks trucks at the college. You know what I'm saying? But this draft class is phenomenal.
Yes.
We talking these boys, this draft class. Austin Barber, Parker Brailsford, Justin Jefferson, Joe Royer, Carson Ryan, Taylor freaking Green.
Now, Snacks, this is what I want to say, Snacks. Just like you just covered about everybody was kind of had mixed reviews about the KC Concepcion pick because of the drop passes, the 9% drop ratio. You got to understand something. I don't want them to make a big deal out of this Tellen Green pick because what Tellen Green brings to the table is phenomenal. He's 6'6". You know, he runs a 4.36 40. Second fastest time as a quarterback at the combine. Got the best broad jump. But you got to look at it. His completion rate is only 51%. He only completes 51% of his passes, right? So the crazy thing about it is, I don't want them to spin that narrative and have too much harping on, oh, Taylor Green is going to be the next predator, you know, to upseed Shedeur Sanders for that starting quarterback job. I don't want them narratives out there no more. That's why we got to kill that shit right now, debunk it, and move on, because that's what they're going to be talking about.
They already own it.
Oh, yeah.
They already own it. That's all they want to talk about is the quarterbacks. I done said it a million times. They don't care nothing about the receivers, the linebackers, the tight ends they drafted, the linebacker, the safety. Only thing they want to talk about is the quarterback.
Yep. Anybody but
Green
Shedeur
is a hell of a quarterback. He's an athletic quarterback. He got all the intangibles. He just ain't accurate. He just can't complete the passes, and he throw too many doggone interceptions. Yes, he is a project. He is going to be a great addition to this quarterback room. But y'all can quit trying to make him a starter or somebody that's competing for the starting job. He barely got out of college starting. Y'all want him to come to a brand new system in a brand new league and be that boy and beat out two competent quarterbacks that they already got. This Cleveland media is ridiculous.
Yep.
It's like they don't know. They just want anybody but Shedeur. I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep saying the hell. I started saying it. Wasn't nobody saying it before me. Anybody but Shedeur is what they own. All day, every day. Yep. They hate Deshaun Watson, but they don't want Shedeur. Yep. How can you even be in that type of pickle? We ain't going to slander Dylan Gabriel. We already know his job in jeopardy. Jerry Jeudy's job in jeopardy too. If y'all ain't looked at it the way I looked at it. Yep. Jerry Jeudy might not have no job. He going to be on the team because he contractually obligated. But
Andrew Berry said that's the bell cow.
Playtime this season.
Andrew Berry said don't give up on Jerry Jeudy. He's the bell cow. But
no, I'm just saying. Shedeur throw the players he trusts.
Oh yeah, we know that.
And if you dropping the ball, or you ain't got no go get it when he put the ball up there, you ain't getting the ball. You can stand on the sideline and clap your hands and jump up and down, but if Denzel Boston and Concepcion and everybody else is getting their routes and getting open and catching the ball, then guess who's going to have the least catches this season?
Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
The wide receiver room is stacked, man. The wide receiver room is stacked, man.
And they're not even done.
Exactly.
Free agency out there.
Yeah. Oh, they picking up guys as we speak. And the crazy thing about it is that let's go back and talk about the defensive side of the ball, man. Let's go talk about Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, right? For people that don't understand, man.
Hold on. Trill City just said Brown UDFA got wide receiver help. Aaron Anderson from LSU plus Cole Wilson from Baylor. That's who they picked up on the UDFA wide?
We not sleeping, Trill City. I mean, that's your opinion. That's your comments, man. We not sleeping. We not sleeping, man. Cleveland they need all the help they can get. But from what Andrew Berry did in the first 3 rounds of the draft, that's what we're talking about. We ain't even got to the free agency signing yet. So we not sleeping. Trust me, we not sleeping. And the crazy thing about it is, and the reason why I say we not sleeping, because we focused on what Andrew Berry. See, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We want to give Andrew Berry his props for doing what he did in the draft when a lot of people was counting Andrew Berry off. They wanted him fired. They wanted him out the door. But for what he has done in the 2025 NFL draft and the 2026 NFL draft, we got to take time to pay him his homage and give him his proper respects for doing what he did to overhaul this Cleveland Browns football team. And it started when.
Do y'all realize that Andrew Berry has rebuilt the entire offensive line, wide receiver room, and put great pieces on the defensive staff in less than 3 months?
And look, Snacks, it all started when the free agency period opened, when he went and got big ass Titus Howard from fucking Houston, because that was somebody that protected Deshaun Watson at that time when Deshaun Watson was ranked one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And it all started right there. So that went to tell you guys what Andrew Berry had in store going into the draft. He wasn't worried about no quarterback. He was worried about building around his franchise quarterback and Shedeur Sanders, because that's what Todd Monken was telling you guys when he took over the head coaching job. That's the problem. Right, so don't fall into them narratives. You know what I'm saying? I just got to let them know, man. You got to let them know.
I hear it in you. Calm down.
All right, I'm going to relax, Snacks. I'm going to relax.
Yeah, we got a super chat from Marie. She says, church service was a blessing as always. My pastor made that point, was working then and now. Pride will reject what they can't control. They reject our Savior because they couldn't control him. Sounds familiar? Cook 'em. You doggone right, Marie. They reject what they can't control. And they've been trying to put Shedeur in a blender since he's been there. And all he done is turn the nozzle up to puree and sucked all that shit right on up and let it come out the other end like it wasn't nothing. Shedeur is the most media trained person in Cleveland. Do they not know he has been doing media training all of his life? He went to work with his father when he was working at the NFL Network. He know what questions y'all gonna do. He has been asked questions by some of the best people in the business. Y'all ain't never seen him frustrated. You ain't never seen him aggravated. Only thing you got was the answer you didn't want and a smile. You ain't gonna get him off his square. His daddy trained him well. And then Uncle Neely came behind it with the polish. This guy is it. Selma Fun. Yo, Big Snacks and KSapp. Why was everybody and their mama hating on the Wildcat play when they got Taylor Green and he about to make that his signature play? Where they at, big dog?
That's them narratives, man. That's I'm telling y'all guys, man. Look, this is the word for the day, y'all. Narratives. Them old narratives that they was pushing out, they don't keep that same energy, y'all. And y'all know, I've always told y'all, I keep receipts, man. I keep receipts because you got to go back and listen to some of the stuff that they was saying, man. That they was saying. So you got to understand something. The narrative that they create, they false narratives. That's what they making up. And it goes back to what Jason Lloyd, when he talked about the advanced analytics and all this stuff to rank Shedeur Sanders as a quarterback, you never told us what you saw from your own lenses. You always went off of this is what people in the building are telling you. But y'all got to understand something. That narrative ain't there no more. Has Jason Lloyd said this is what people around the building is saying about Shedeur now? Hell no. Because where's his resources? Big Joe Paterno and Kevin Stefanski, that was his resources. Y'all got to realize, y'all got to pay attention, man. Look, pay attention, man. All you got to do is pay attention because the writing is on the wall. And look, and when Todd Monken took over the head coaching job, he told y'all straight out the gate, he not having it from the media, man. He gonna shut you down because Mary Kay be coming out there like a cabbage, all head and no ass, and Todd Monken be shutting her down, man. Shutting her down.
Oh, Todd Monken most definitely be shutting her down. Todd Monken is in the shut down Mary Kay Cabot business. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? If y'all were, I told y'all, Todd Monken is what Cleveland didn't want, but it's damn sure what Cleveland needs. They used to, with Kevin Stefanski was the longest tenured coach in Cleveland Browns history, 6 years. No other coach has been there no longer than 2, 3 at the most. So with Kevin Stefanski around, everybody was comfortable. Trill City, you gonna have to send us all that info, dog, because we might want to run through it during this podcast. So hook it up, shoot it to your boy, and we'll get it popping. But Todd Monken is the coach that they didn't want, but they damn sure needed. They wanted the old ass Jim Schwartz, who was stubborn, Bill Belichick like, didn't have too much to say, don't know the players, don't fit in with the players. Todd Monken is about the culture. Todd Monken is about this life. Todd Monken is about those black boys that he played with, because that's all he been coaching his entire career. I'm going to say what they don't want me to say. Todd Monken is about this culture. Todd Monken talk exactly how they talk. If you pay attention, Todd Monken listen to the same music the players listen to. Todd Monken talk the same way the players talk. Todd Monken talks in our vernacular. Todd Monken speaks slang. Todd Monken talks that talk and poke his chest out, and he be ready to cuss a man out in a minute.
Hey.
Todd Monken is about that life.
And look, Snacks, when you said he about that life, he told y'all in the press conference he about that life, because he said that first day of minicamp, he said we pumped up our music, we turned on our music, and he said if the neighbors didn't like it, he told them to move. And he said if they complained, we turn it up louder. So he's about that team and what them guys are playing. Todd Monken is down with the culture, because Todd Monken was down with the culture when he was in Baltimore, when he was with Lamar Jackson and them and Derrick Henry. He was about that culture then. So he coming to Cleveland, where you still got a young black quarterback. You still got a young black running back. You still got a young black, tight end. Now you got black receivers. And Todd Monken said, look, let them play that music. Let them dance. Let them do what they're going to do. Because if the neighbors are going to complain, tell them to move. And it's almost like he was saying, the neighbors know our name. So Todd Monken, he's letting it be known. And I'm glad that you spoke on it about the culture. And I've always been saying that, see, Shedeur Sanders in the new Cleveland and the draft picks that Andrew Berry has brought in these last 2 years, that's the new culture. They weeding out these people that they don't want there. And see, it's about to be the takeover, man. And that's what they got to accept. It's the new Cleveland.
Share how did Deshaun and Shedeur and Dylan look? Now you got all
We just couldn't get past the draft and get right on to back to the quarterback. Anybody got some Miles questions too while we're at it? I mean, hell, while we're just here at night. First off, I'll address the question. First of all, it was awesome. 3 days. The weather was unbelievable. To get out on the grass and pump the music and get fired up being together. And the neighbors complained, and we didn't care, and we pumped up the music louder. If they don't like it, they can move. And so I didn't care. And it was like, being out there with the guys and just getting a little bit of a feel for who we have on our roster. And I thought all 3 quarterbacks, at times, you could see, the positives in their game.
Y'all heard it. He about that. I keep telling y'all, only thing you got to do is listen to him.
They don't listen.
Only thing you got to do is listen to him talk. He's telling you. See, but the Cleveland media, they want it written in stone. They want it written in the sky with a big note that says, Todd Monken said,
Yeah.
They don't know how to read between the lines. Well, I take that back. They know how to read between the lines. They don't know how to understand the culture. And that's the problem. See, Todd Monken ain't that guy that Kevin Stefanski was. He ain't dull. He ain't boring. Todd Monken got character. He's illuminating. He speaks to the people. And most importantly, his players understand him. They relate to him because they're all in the same vein. They are football guys. Kevin Stefanski wasn't a football guy. Kevin Stefanski was a data guy. Todd Monken is a football guy. If you listen to him talk, all he says is, I'm here to develop these players and make them better. The NFL doesn't develop players. Todd Monken and his staff will develop these players and make them better. That's what I keep telling y'all. Cleveland didn't want Todd Monken, but they need him. He is everything that they need in every facet of the word. You don't get no better than that. He might be old and set in his ways, but damn it, he know what he's doing. I promise you that. Your KSapp, I can't get off. Boy.
Hey, look, but Snacks, like you told.
Excited,
hey, hold up, Snacks.
Down.
Hold up, Snacks. You told me to calm down. I hear it in your voice. Calm down, Snacks. Calm down. Don't hit him like that. Just calm down and relax, man. You told me to relax, right? So I want you to calm down, brother. Don't let him get you like that, man. Because I've always been saying, man, all they gotta do is sit back and listen, man. But what they want to do is that, like you said, they want, like you out on the beach, right? They want them big airplanes to come by with them signs on there. Todd Monken said this. They want it etched in stone. They not gonna get that, Snacks. But look, man, we got a lot of people in the chat, man, and we do appreciate everybody that's up in this chat, right? But look, what y'all need to do, man. Y'all need to join the membership of both channels, man, because we're gonna start dropping this on the members only. Because I think this gonna be exclusive stuff, man. So if y'all ain't joined the membership, man, y'all join the membership, man. Show us some love, man. Join the membership, man. Any support that y'all can do, man, is highly appreciated, man. But Snacks, you got to calm down, man. You got to relax, man. Don't hit them all at once, man. Don't hit them all at once, man.
Not all at once.
Not all at once, man. I don't think they can handle everything that we about to shoot off, man.
Man, it's about to get crazy. I mean, it's about to get real crazy.
We just getting started, Snacks. This was just the introductory.
And this is unscripted. We ain't playing nothing we ain't did because we've been busy. We couldn't even put nothing together.
Yeah. We just off the rip, man. And like as information comes in, we trying to bring it in, man. And shout out to Trill City. Trill City said he got 2 phones, one for the post and one for the information. So if you can get that information into us as we doing these live shows, as things develop, then hey, bring it to the table and we're gonna talk about it. But at Trill City, I do want to get to your $2 super chat that you sent. Trill City sent a $2 super chat. Trill City said, make sure all information is available at the time of the show. So we do appreciate that, Trill City. So like I said, if you got information that you can, filter into us as these shows are going, because, new things are developing as we live as it is. So if you can bring it to us, hey, we'll talk about it, man. So we appreciate you, my brother.
Ain't no doubt. We
Niecy girl said we can handle it. Can you handle it, Niecy girl? But you got to tell Snacks to relax, man. It's passionate stuff about this thing, man. But it's crazy that we both say the same thing, man. They want Todd Monken to write it out, send him a Post-it note, or put it in an envelope. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna be like that, man. You just gotta listen to what he said, because I want y'all guys to remember, what did Todd Monken say going into the OTAs and going into minicamp? He said, we gonna start off the same way we left off. Shedeur Sanders was quarterback 1. He was on a 2-game winning streak. He said all the reps are not gonna be equally distributed. He said the guy that starts off OTAs, the first man under the center, that should tell you who I'm going with as quarterback. So the first day of OTAs, minicamp, who was the first person that took the snaps? I'll wait. I'll let the chat answer that. Who is the first person? Who is the first person that took the snaps? I'll wait.
That would be Shadur. That would be Shadur.
And Todd Moken is telling y'all that. I'll wait. Who was the first person to get the first team reps, man?
That would be Shadur. Nobody else and nobody else. But I thought, like I told you, man, this damn Cleveland media all over this Taylor Green activity. And they getting on my damn nerve.
Well, reps. I mean, there has to be some form of a depth chart per se. Everybody has a chance to compete. They're not always going to get equal reps, if that makes sense. You know, it's what is a competition? Every guy that's in training camp, every guy that's part of a roster, the amount of reps they get, that's to be determined.
Yeah, see, Green's going to get some reps, but that doesn't mean he's getting the quality reps, okay?
Right.
That doesn't mean that he's competing for the starting job.
Similarly, how Gabriel's not really in this either.
Anyone that tells you that Taylor Green is coming in here competing for the starting job this year is being very disingenuous with you. They're gaslighting you. That's not what's going to happen. They're bringing him in. He's going to be an offseason arm. And then if they like what they see, they're going to keep him around. Andrew Berry said they like 3 quarterbacks on the active roster, 1 guy on the practice squad. Guess what? Taylor Green's going to be your practice squad quarterback. Your 3 on the active roster are the 3 guys they got now.
Exactamundo. It is what it is.
You see what it is, Snacks? You see what they try to do? And I'm glad he put that fire out quick, fast, in a hurry, because that's what they're going to try to do, man. But hold up, man. I got a new member that just joined my channel, Rita Say So. So I appreciate that, Rita, man. Much love, man, for joining the community. Also, Trill City, man. It's all love, baby. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and read that off, Snacks.
I meant what my comments are for, not telling y'all what to do. Also pointing out information we won't hear from them other folks. They ask 70% quarterback stuff. You are so right, my guy. Rita became a member over there on KSapp's channel. She's already a member on mine, my guy. I appreciate it.
And I appreciate that, Rita.
Rita double dipping, and we appreciate you very much, Rita, for doing the doggone thing. You know what I'm talking about?
That's love. But see, that's what it is, Snacks. You see what they doing, man? The narrative.
Y'all are getting excited about Taylor Green, dog. Taylor Green is a good quarterback. He is a athletic quarterback. He is a hell of a quarterback. But Taylor Green is also a guy that needs a lot of help growing.
He's an all-season
y'all some little action on Taylor Green. So he just does not have the accuracy when going deep down the field. He don't have that type of talent. It can be taught, it can be developed, but as far as right now, as we are competing, getting ready to go into the season now, no, Taylor Green is not that guy. But give him a year or two. Give him a year or two to develop and get himself together, and he'll get there. Casey said, y'all just do like Shadur said. Damn it, be positive. Somebody
being positive.
Somebody send that message to Mary Kay. You know, send it to Mary Kay. He told it to her in her face, but you know, she don't think she understands what the man said. You know what I'm saying? This section right here is what we gonna get into with me and Kay. Me and Kay just getting started. This is the first show. We just wanted to introduce y'all and let y'all see how this thing was gonna pump off. let y'all understand what you had to look forward to and what you was gonna get when it come to me and Kay putting this thing down and talking about all this football. But we cannot end it we cannot move forward talking about football without, y'all know I like the haters. Y'all know I love the haters. Y'all know I will find the haters when it comes to the haters, when it comes to Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. And the number one hater is on deck.
Hey everybody, Tony Grossi back with you for the last day of the Cleveland Browns draft. We are presented by Permco. Well, General Manager Andrew Berry could not resist. He found his fourth quarterback to add to the roster in the 6th round of the draft. He is the athletic sensation from Arkansas, Taylon Green, 6'6", 227 pounds, posted a 4.36 40 at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis. One of the greatest Combine performances ever for a quarterback. He's a work in progress, obviously, as evidenced by 37 turnovers in his last 2 years at Arkansas, including 17 fumbles. He was a dual threat, explosive playmaker there. Andrew Berry says he will remain a quarterback. No thought of moving him to another position despite all his athleticism. Other picks for the Browns on the last day. They found their center in the 5th round. He is Parker Brailsford from Alabama. Also in the 5th round, teammate of Brailsford, linebacker Justin Jefferson. Also in the 5th round, tight end Joe Royer from Cincinnati.
Now, that's what you call Andrew Berry putting in that work.
But
them 5th round picks are not slouches.
But Snacks, I want y'all to see, chat, I want y'all to see, what did Tony Grossi just do there? What did Tony Grossi just do there? Did Tony Grossi just lead off with saying the pick of Taylon Green? He was a quarterback. He bypassed all the other picks that came before Taylon Green. He led off with the Taylon Green quarterback pick. He talked about Andrew Berry could not resist. Why didn't he lead off with the picks that came up before that, then get off into the last pick of Taylon Green? He led off and tried to behoove y'all and try to befuddle y'all and lead off with, Andrew Berry could not resist. He went and took the athletic quarterback Taylon Green out of Texas A&M, and he was the last pick. And the crazy thing about it is Tony Grossi led off with that. See, that's how they try to fool you guys, man. He led off with that instead of talking about the picks before that. And then after that, he read off, this is what we did in the 4th round, 3rd round, the 5th round, and all that. But he led off with the Taylon Green, man.
I told you, man, they can't resist it. That quarterback room, they cannot resist talking about it. Anybody but we gotta find a way to get him out of there. They can't, they doing it. They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. And Tony Grossi admittedly said that he was rooting for Shedeur this season. That he was on Shedeur Sanders' side and he don't think nobody could take his place.
Hey, this is what I feel about Tony Grossi. I want the chat to listen.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. Switched up, stay on that side.
Tony Grossi, you got to stay on that side, man. You can't switch up now. You told us that you're riding with Shedeur, but you're still putting your same narratives out there. Stop that, Tony. We're not going to let... Hey, get to that Selmore Fudd super chat. There you go.
He said, KSapp, I got you, big dog. Todd Monken and AB did the damn thing, big dog. We know Selmore Fudd is that guy. If y'all don't know, I told y'all, if it's a live stream going on, Selmore Fudd in it. And he ain't sitting there playing around. He coming, he being active. That's why he a moderator on my channel. Yeah. He able to do some things that can't nobody else do. So, ain't the things that has happened this week, and everybody is losing their mind on the quarterback room, and Andrew Berry has told y'all, chill out. My quarterback room is my quarterback room. Don't get all excited about what you see.
Dylan Green then complete the quarterback room.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? Let me back up. I should have learned I've learned the hard way not to say anything definitively. The current plan is that we would roll with those four. I can't predict if something else comes up. So yes, that would be the intention.
Dylan Green then complete the quarterback room.
Yes. Yeah. You know what? Let me back up. I should have learned I've learned the hard way not to say
you heard that
definitively.
He asked the question, and Andrew Berry said, hold on, wait a minute, let me back up. Because I didn't learn my lesson. Let me tell y'all exactly what I need y'all to understand. Because y'all just keep running with narratives and bull crap, and I've overtly told you that this is what's going to happen. So now I have to plainly say, listen.
Yeah.
The quarterback room is the quarterback room. I don't know what's going to happen. Y'all need to chill out. Y'all playing too much.
This is. I'm telling you guys, y'all just pay attention. I want y'all. I mean, it's up to y'all's discretion if y'all want to listen to Tony Grossi and all that stuff like that. But our job is to report the news, right, and debunk every crazy narrative that they got out there. But just listen to how these people talk, man. Don't let Tony Grossi fool y'all, because he act like he's trying to stay on even keel, but don't let him get away with it, man. Stay on his neck, because like ADP said, I've always said, he's a flipper. He's a flipper. He's flipperacci. He's going to one side of it. He'll say one good thing about Shedeur, and then he'll give you that underhand compliment, and then you come in with this stuff about the Taylor Green stuff. And then you ask Andrew Berry. See, that's the problem with Tony Grossi and Mary Kay. They lead off with too many quarterback questions, man. Let's give Andrew Berry he should have came to the podium and said, Andrew Berry, man, what you did in the draft, man, you killed it. You knocked it out the park. But the first thing they want to do is the quarterbacks. They want to get some information on the quarterbacks. See, and the reason why they trying to get it from Andrew Berry, because Todd Monken ain't giving it to you. Todd Monken's not giving you the answer you want. So it is what it is, man.
Todd Monken giving them the answer they want.
They don't want that answer.
They just don't like that answer.
Yeah.
That's all that is. Just like when it came to these receivers. You got let's go Casey exception on Denzel Boston real quick before we get out of here. You have to acknowledge when talking about this receiver room that Jerry Jeudy's job is in jeopardy. Not only Jerry Jeudy, every other wide receiver in that room, y'all jobs are in jeopardy. You got two that are up for contract renewal this season in their fourth year of their contract. Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston are two of the most dynamic receivers in this draft class, one with speed, one with height, which Jerry Jeudy is in the middle of both of them. And if Jerry Jeudy doesn't reclaim his 2024 self, Jerry Jeudy will not be back in Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy will not be catching a lot of passes this season. Y'all have to understand how good KC Concepcion is. He is a receiver that catches the ball and gets yards after the catch.
Yeah.
He's also a special teams threat because he returns punts and kickoffs. Denzel Boston had a punt return last season for a touchdown. And you got a receiver that's 6'4", 220, 225 that can go up and get the ball in the end zone on the sideline, or can be a first down getter for you. When you have a threat of KC Concepcion, who is a speedy receiver, who is a receiver with twitch, who is capable of catching the ball and at a 5-yard clip and turning it into 35 to 40. You got to think about it, because now you got a tight end that was a threat last season in the red zone and a first down getter. He was a guy that would move the sticks when he caught the ball. And then, I ain't gonna even tell you about this one. It's a guy with the last name of Buns, first name that's not James. That's a deep ball threat.
Isaiah.
He a deep ball threat. Shador already trusts him to go get it.
Yeah.
That's 4. That's 4 receivers on the field, including your tight end. And I ain't saying nothing about Jerry Jeudy. His job is in jeopardy. It's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. And Todd Monken said everybody's in competition. But
they're going to keep minimum 6 receivers in their room. That's 4 on the field. But then Jerry Jeudy has to outperform everybody else just to stay in the room, not to get on the field, to stay in the room. That's bad.
Yeah, Snacks. And I go back to what Nicole said about what Todd Monken said. He said everybody's in competition. But guys, I want y'all to take this for face value. I'm just gonna put it out there because this is my personal opinion on what Todd Monken. This is how I am interpreting what Todd Monken is saying about everybody's in competition. I think he's saying that sarcastically. I think he is saying that sarcastically, that everybody is in competition. And the only reason why I'm saying that, because I go back to last year when Kevin Stefanski, he hoodwinked us talking about it's going to be a quarterback competition. And that shit never happened, right? He just gave the keys to Joe Flacco, and as soon as Joe Flacco got traded, he gave it to Dylan Gabriel. There was no competition out there. So I'm thinking, in my interpretation, is when Todd Monken's saying everybody's in competition, he's saying it sarcastically. That's just my opinion. You can take it for what it's worth, but go back to what Kevin Stefanski said last year at the top of the riff and at the top of the cuff. He said it's going to be an open quarterback competition. So I'm saying to myself, Todd Monken heard that. Todd Monken, he knows what it is. So basically, when they ask him about competition, I think Todd Monken is saying that sarcastically. Everybody's in competition. But look, I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm saying. I just feel that, because I know Todd Monken. My son is a Baltimore Ravens fan. He loved Todd Monken. He loved what Todd Monken brought to the table. He loved what Todd Monken did at the University of Georgia with the quarterbacks. So I know how Todd Monken operates. So basically, listen to what Todd Monken has been saying, because I've always came out and told you guys that when Todd Monken says something, you better believe he's saying it, but you guys just got to take it for what it is, but they don't want to take it for what it is. Because if you listen to them guys on UCSF, when they say, well, Todd Monken didn't come out and say that Shador is a starter. He didn't say that he was going to be the first man up to bat in OTAs and stuff like that. So when you hear something about a competition, Todd Monken is saying that sarcastically, guys. Just that's my opinion, man. So y'all take it for what it is, but I'm putting it out there. And it's not no negative condensation, and it's not a narrative.
It's
this is real talk.
It's a competition, but it's in the wide receiver room. It ain't in the quarterback room.
And that's why I say sarcastically, because they keep on asking him about the quarterbacks. And, you know, he's just doing his job, but he's basically telling people that's why he phrased it. Everybody's in competition.
Exactly. These receivers in competition, and I'm gonna show you why.
What they do.
You got to do it.
Who needs Miss Cleo when you got this show to give you all the psychic energy? Well done. Why does this work? Let me ask you this. As a wide receiver guy, Harmon.
Yeah.
What makes this combination work?
these are two, again, what we're talking about, the different flavors at the wide receiver position. These two guys could not be more different flavors. Denzel Boston, this big hulking perimeter receiver, and then Casey Concepcion, the smaller separator, speed player who can do a lot with the ball in his hands. The good thing is, though, I think these two guys can also be slightly interchangeable. Because Casey Concepcion is, in my opinion, the best press beater in the class, you can credibly line him up on ball and ask him to win against press man coverage and do sort of the X-receiver role. And Denzel Boston, because his best routes are those crossers, the digs, the in-breakers, you can line him up off ball and allow these two guys to move around. And if you watch Todd Monken's offense in Baltimore, that is what they did with a lot of these guys, especially Zay Flowers, who's a common comparison for Casey. They want to move him all over the formation, but they kind of lack that tough, physical, on-ball, blocking receiver, contested catch guy in that Ravens receiver room the last few years. That's who Denzel Boston can be. And again, if you just look at the Browns wide receiver depth chart, their current wide receiver one entering this weekend, Jerry Jeudy, he can really only do a couple of things, a small handful of things at the wide receiver position. Now you've got two guys who can do a lot of different things, really expanded roles, and they're both, in my opinion, more reliable from they're going to be in the right places at the right time. That's never really been Jerry Jeudy's game, and unfortunately, Cedric Tillman hasn't been able to stay healthy.
This is why you take the offensive lineman first.
Yes. Then you can do the fun
Then you can do the fun stuff.
You can have dessert.
Because what offensive tackles on the board here?
None.
You're reaching for whatever guy you want. Yep.
Exactly.
They dropped the bomb on that, man.
I told you they about that life.
They dropped the bomb on that, and I'm glad that they said that, because you see how these other coverages are talking about the draft picks, and they not focused on why come Cleveland didn't go out and get a quarterback early in the first round? Why didn't they get Ty Simpson and things like that? See, they focused on the task at hand, on what Cleveland and Andrew Berry did, and letting people know this is how they can utilize Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston. They're interchangeable. Press beater. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that he said what he said about Jerry Jeudy, because Jerry Jeudy only can do certain things, and Snacks, you touched on it. Jerry Jeudy got to get back to being his 2024 self, because what he showed in 2025, that's not cutting it for the Cleveland Brown fans. And that's why you pointed out that his job is in jeopardy, because if he looked like anything he looked like in 2025, going into OTAs and mini camps and training camp, oh shit, he got a fight on his hands.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Jerry Jeudy's job is in jeopardy. It is in his best interest to be calling Deshaun Watson, to be calling Shedeur Sanders, and saying, hey, what time we going to work?
He didn't even get the mini camp.
What time we going to work? He showed up. He just left.
And that's why he thinks his shit don't stink.
Because now you bring in two weapons. You already got a deep threat weapon. You already got a tight end that's a weapon. You supposed to be receiver one. But now you got a 6'4" receiver that can play outside. And KC can play in any position on the field that you play, Jerry Jeudy. That means your job is in jeopardy, because you were not a Pro Bowl wide receiver. You were not a all-pro wide receiver, and you was dropping the ball. You fumbled the ball. You did too much. You stood on the sidelines and clapped at your quarterback because you got upset because you wasn't getting the ball. Because you wasn't giving effort. He gave you a 50-50 ball. You didn't try to get it. You just looked at it and let the defensive man intercept it. You didn't go for it.
Yep. And look,
he threw that to you because he wanted you to go get it. But you didn't try.
Made no effort. And the crazy thing about it is, Snacks, when you said his job is in jeopardy, and we ain't talking about Alex Trebek. We talking about his job is in jeopardy. That's what it is. His job, and you were spot on, because I think with that depth chart they got now, because you got to still look at it. You still got the Isaiah Bonds of the world in that wide receiver room, and you know, Shador likes him as a deep threat. We saw what he could do in inclement weather, still stretch the field and get down there and catch the ball. We saw what he did against the Las Vegas Raiders when Shador Sanders got his first start. We saw how he was a deep threat. And then you got the likes of Gabe Larvadan, when he gets a chance. And, Tillman, the unfortunate thing about Tillman, like the guy said, Tillman just can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Corley.
Tillman, hold on. It's a contract year for Cedric Tillman.
Oh, yeah, but he got to get healthy.
You might see a different Cedric Tillman this year.
Yeah, but he got to be healthy.
Contract year.
But Snacks, he got to be healthy. He got to get his body right. And then see, a lot of people are coming at, Corley for the interception that Shador threw in the minicamp that he gave up on the ball. Man, I don't read into too much of that. That was just a great defensive play.
Because he did it last year in season.
Yeah.
He did it in the game last year. He stopped on his route.
Yeah, he did stop on his route, but I'm just saying, but the DB in practice just made a great play.
But I'm not talking about this one that happened in practice.
I know the one last year that he stopped route. Yeah.
The man stopped on his route.
Yeah.
So if you stop it on your route in game, and the next season you come into training camp and you still stop it on your route, how many more times you think he's gonna throw you the ball?
Yeah. You got to break that habit. But then you go look at it as the Cleveland football team as a whole. You go look on the defensive side of the ball. That DB just made a hell of a play. He just went up and mauled Corley for the ball.
Yeah.
He just went up there and snatched it down. Yeah.
Yeah. But see, it's a habit for him. He is good on those end arounds and those short crosses.
Yeah, short crosses.
But now KC takes that out.
Yeah.
We don't need you there no more.
But and the difference between Shador Sanders as being a quarterback and being upbeat, because I don't know if anybody saw the footage. He basically told Corley, don't stop on your route, man. Just keep running. Just don't stop. Don't give up, man. That's one thing that you don't want your receiver to do is give up on the play. And it's great that you brought that up about Jerry Jeudy last year against Chicago. He gave up on the play. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring that in. You made no effort in the turning into a DB to even strip that ball away. You was befuddled, and you let the DB take the ball away from you when Shador put it only where you could catch it, and you just couldn't come up with the ball. So it goes to show that, Shador Sanders, he's very mature at what he's doing because, he don't get down on his receivers. He don't try to show his receivers up. He'll just tell them, hey, you just keep running. Don't give up on the play. Just like last year when Jerry Jeudy had that blow up with Shador on the sideline. Shador was composed. He was calm under fire, and he let Jerry Jeudy say what he had to say. You know what I'm saying? And Shador Sanders did not try to show Jerry Jeudy up. You know what I'm saying? But he did come in that post-game press conference and say, look, I'm throwing the ball to guys I trust. So you take that for face value. And you said that earlier in the show, Snacks, about the trust factor. Oh, he going to trust KC Concepcion and Denzel Boston and Isaiah Bond. But I don't know if the trust factor is there with Jerry Jeudy just yet. And that's why you said that Jerry Jeudy should be on that phone, calling Shador Sanders up, getting out, getting some throws in to see where you want the ball, how you want it, when you're going to break off your route. It's about the timing and it's about the cadence. So we're going to see.
Right there. Tell him, Willie Mandingo, rule number one as a wide receiver, run your route no matter what. And that's something that he has a problem with.
Yep.
It's not the first time. He's a repeat offender. And when you show those patterns, Shador starts to not trust you. He tells you, I work with relationships. I only work with people I can trust.
Yeah.
I throw the ball to the people that I know who are going to do the job and not put my job in jeopardy. Because as a receiver, when you stop running your route and that's an interception, that's not on you. That's on him. Even though Jerry Jeudy caught the ball and dropped it in the cornerback's pocket, it ain't on Jerry Jeudy. Know who got that stat? Shador.
Yeah. On the quarterback. Yeah.
It's not on the cornerback. It's not on the wide receiver. That's on the quarterback. And as wide receivers, they have to understand it and they have to want it. And it's been a lot of plays where they didn't want it.
Exactly.
But we in this thing an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's time to wrap it up, man.
I know Sapp need to wrap it up. We ain't gonna hold y'all, but we want to appreciate all y'all for coming out and hanging out with us. All 230-some, 40-some people that's in here right now on my side. You know, I appreciate all of y'all.
Yeah, we got 130, we got 137 on my side, man. So I appreciate everybody that came up in the chat
for coming and hanging out and showing love. This is what we call the Sports Life Trill Show. We are KSapp and Big Snacks. We are here every week. Every Saturday, we plan to be terrorizing your computer screen, your mobile phone screen, your TV screen. If you do what my children are doing, my son is doing in my living room, I can hear my voice. Oh, I know I'm on my big screen on my TV.
Hey, and sometimes they get annoying to me, Big Snacks, man. While I'm doing the show, if I'm live, and if my son come open up the door, I can hear myself talking on the big screen. Yeah. I'm like, man, y'all turn that down, man. I don't need to hear myself because I'm already talking. I don't need to hear myself, man. So, I mean, it's great. Appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. And this was something that was just off the cuff to give y'all an introduction, man. And I thought we brought some heat today. So if we brought heat today, man, just look forward to next Saturday how much heat we gonna bring.
We got all to prepare.
Snap. I told him last night, man. I said, when y'all hear that introduction, they ain't gonna understand. I think you might need to drop that song one more time before we get out of here. I think
there's a lot of people that's in here that wasn't in here when
exactly. So I think you need to run it back to let people know we coming in hot and heavy. So go ahead and drop the intro, Snacks.
We not out yet. We not out. We just gonna give y'all the intro again, and then we gonna dismiss church.
Y'all stay around. Y'all stay around. But look, before he dropped that intro, the doors of the church is open, man. So if you want to donate and if you want to become a member, hit the join button, man. We would greatly appreciate that. But look, Snacks, man, drop the intro for the people that didn't hear the intro, that are just now getting in here, that they can look forward to next Saturday when we come in hot and heavy again.
Yeah. Big Snacks. Big Snacks. The KSapp on the mic, yeah. We talking sports, real life all night, yeah. Welcome to Sports Life. Bring the whole tribe. Where the game meets the grind and the truth ride. She in the talk, coach crime in the frame. Every move got us locked, every play got a name. NFL, NBA, WNBA 2. Angel Reese with the fire, Ajay Wilson 2. Texas in the house, let the whole world hear. Culture in the cut, and the vision clear. Best sports podcast on YouTube, that's the wave. Tap in, lock in, let the real ones say. From the locker room to the block, from the court to the top, we keep it trill, no doubt. Say it loud, say it loud. Welcome to Sports Life, where sports and real life meet. Welcome to Sports Life, yeah. We keep it trill, no defeat. Like and subscribe. Set up whole crew. Welcome to Sports Life. We talking culture in sports too. She there got the boys. Coach Prime got the spark from the first whistle blow to the final dark. We debate every stat, every trade, every win, and we bring it back to the people again. Angel Reese got down, Sacha Wilson got grace. Every headline hit, we stay in the race. Big plays, big names, big talk on deck. If you love the game, then you know what's next. No cap, no doubt, we stay on the scene. Texas flavor in the mix, clean and mean. Bigger than the clip, it's a whole long ride. Sports Life in your ears, let it bounce worldwide. Hands up when the combo drop. Here's now when the facts don't stop. One mic, one lane, one vibe. Sports Life, baby, come alive. Welcome to Sports Life, where sports in real life meet. Welcome to Sports Life, yeah. We Trill, no defeat. Like and subscribe. Tell the whole crew, welcome to Sports Life. We talking culture and sports too.
That's all we got to say. You bigger than me. Like and subscribe.
Welcome to Sports Life.
If you didn't know,
now
you know. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody
And
said
that's
Port
what we
Arthur.
do.
Somebody said Port Arthur in the building, man. Hey, my wife's
PA
people
in the
from
building.
Orange, from the Fruit City, so y'all neighbors. Yeah.
Virginia in the building, PA in the building. You know what I'm saying? We had dudes from the Bahamas in the building. We had everybody in the building. I know some Texas people was in the building. We got people from Houston, you know, from down the street. You know what I'm saying? My people from Alabama, most definitely in the building. California in the building. You know, everybody, we appreciate y'all. But this is just the first episode. This the pilot. Yeah. We just not taking off. So we want y'all to make sure that you are subscribed to each channel. My channel, KSapp's channel, until we turn this into its own channel. Then that's a whole different thing. Yeah. But right now, I need y'all to like and subscribe to my channel, to KSapp's channel. Turn them post notification bells on so y'all will know when this show or we just go live.
Exactly.
You don't get to miss nothing. Y'all like that song? That's good. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. We did a lot of work. We put in some things and got some things out of it. But this is just the beginning.
There you go, Snacks. Look, and like I tell everybody, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them.
Exactly. And with that being said, we're going to get out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Enjoy y'all afternoon. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. You know what I'm saying? I hope that everybody enjoyed the show. I hope that everybody enjoyed the little time we had. We're going to get out of here. We're going to holler at y'all. Peace out.
Yo. What's poppin', people? We back at it again. Big Snacks in the building. This talk started on the game, late nights, red eyes, up low grind, 15 summers went by. Call of Duty lobbies, Lil Mike, big dreams. Now it's highlight reels, turning life to a meme. She do it on the screen, break the plate, slow it down. Every throw, every drive, every yard, every crown. Sunday talk show, but we chill on the couch. From the Hail Mary, hope to the dog pound out. It's that Big Snacks wave, let it ride, don't stop. From the sticks to the field, all the way to the top. Showing love to the Lord, to the fam, to the Browns. Serving auntie in the chat like, baby, hold it down. He be saying what we feel, what the game's about. If you rockin' with the kid, throw your comments out. From the start to the sign off, that's what we about. Saying love, peace out, love, peace out.